I've wanted to play this part since I was 18 years old. I read it in English class. The teacher, who also happened to be my real mother, had us study the Glass Menagerie and had everybody read it out loud. And so I read Amanda, and I thought, if I do become an actress, because I had just started to act when I was 17, if I became one, I have to play this part. I love Amanda because of her her sense of joy, her devotion to her children, her passion. She's a very passionate woman about everything. When she makes her magazine subscriptions on the telephone, she's passionate about selling a magazine, mostly because it's going to be the pennies that may make the difference in paying the light bill. But she's, there's just a happiness about her that I love. I've always been confused when I've seen other productions and she's been played as such a victim. I don't see her as a victim at all. We now have the luxury in 2009 of knowing a lot about Tennessee Williams. When he wrote the play, nobody knew who Tennessee Williams was or what his own personal life was. And in fact, his real name was Tom Williams. And so the character of Tom was him, and there are many, many, many elements in the story that make it autobiographical. And so Gordon, I think, you'd have to ask him, felt, why are we going to, tiptoe around this, or how do you do another production of the Glass Menagerie and, in a sense, update it? I would have to say I use much more of women I've known in my lifetime than the actual text. The text is so familiar to me and so recognizable out of the mouths of other women and their behavior. It's easy to make her a monster, and that means you haven't understood her. You haven't gone into her, the other side of her. That's why Tennessee Williams is a brilliant playwright. She made a stupid mistake. She married Mr. Charm, and he was not the right guy for her. I think she sees her son, she sees her husband and her son, and that the same thing's going to happen there. If she had real perspective and understood human frailty and all the things that happen, she would respond differently, because she is a good person. But she doesn't have that perspective. The disappointment is enormous. And so what I didn't realize, to answer your question, until I was in the thick of it, was how she struggles to overcome that and struggles to find the positive. And the play is beautifully written that way. Once that gentleman caller becomes the focus, there's a blossoming of hope in the middle of the play that takes us all, where I just gave myself chills, where the gentleman caller is going to arrive and life is going to be great.